I think for me, by far, the main advantage is the networking opportunities that it gives you. You can contact people within different areas of the country, obviously, different types. For me as a researcher, you can get access to different people who are working in similar areas, but also quite different areas and different methodology specialists. So networking is an important part for me. But also there's professional development opportunities, there's resources that being a member of a forum gives you access to. For me, and a really, really important part is the annual conference of the Research Society every year for 30 years. So it's a very long-standing event. It's international, so we get international delegates, international keynote speakers. What's really been great for the last few years is that those keynote presentations are now videoed and they're online. Anyone can see them as many times as they like. We also run another annual public lecture, the Winifred Raphael Memorial Lecture. And again, we've had some really outstanding speakers at those. Again, they're recorded, so they're online, they're available to anybody who can't make it to the lectures. We've been doing a lot of work around academic clinical careers, so we've been working with the Council of Deans on looking at how nurses can develop a clinical academic career. We've also been doing a lot of work supporting clinical research nurses in their career development, thinking about what it is, what are the skills and the knowledge that clinical research nurses need. We have an enormous amount of number of clinical research nurses who are supporting not just nursing research but multi-professional research and medical research, and they've built up an enormous amount of skill and knowledge. So capitalising on that and helping them develop is really, really important. And it's they've played a key role in the scientific development around medicine and healthcare. So that's really, really important. We've recently been doing some work around impact, looking at the impact of research and how do you demonstrate impact. I think that's really, really important for all fields of nursing because whatever research we're doing, we want to know what impact that's having on clinical practice, what people do differently on the basis of having that evidence. So that's really important. But also, of course, we've got the Research Excellence Framework, which is an important part of university life. So looking at how do you assess, how do you measure impact is really important because it helps us look at how can we demonstrate the impact of the work we do. Because that's the way in which it's valued. People need to see the impact to then see why it's important to do research in nursing. I mean, I know it's really, really important, but how do you demonstrate that to funders and other stakeholders? So so we're working on that as well. I think networking is a really important part of our strategy. How do you develop those key networks, that strength of network to enable development of knowledge, new ideas, excitement, inspiration around nursing and what it is to deliver good evidence-based nursing care. So that's very, very important. Supporting nurses to develop the practice, their clinical practice as well, so that it's evidence-based, it has the best outcome for patients. That's ultimately what we're doing. Research is not for research's sake, it's research as in how can we inform what is good clinical practice, what is best clinical practice that has an impact on patients, that provides the best outcome. And how do you communicate that to the people that are really important in terms of making decisions about the way in which healthcare is organised and delivered. So we have a wide range from clinical practice to workforce development, and research can contribute and does contribute to all of that. So really, really important. The RCN is often asked to respond to policy consultations around research, and the Research Society are really keen to provide our expertise to help the RCN respond in the best way possible, because as we know, policy is so important. It has a big impact on the way in which things change, resources that are provided for different activities in public life, and being able to support the RCN in responding to those is incredibly important.